Hello everyone! Resources are the lifeblood of every arc, the foundation of your survival and ultimate progression. On Extinction, these resources take on a whole new dynamic, offering both challenges and opportunities. In this video, I'll walk you through every single resource you need to thrive in Extinction. First up is oil, one of the rare resources on this map. You can find oil spread across the map of Extinction in various different biomes in small quantities, but the oil fields in the southern center part of the map reign supreme as the ultimate farming hotspot. Alternatively, you can harvest smaller quantities from fallen scouts, enforcers, and tech creatures. Next up is organic polymer and corrupted nodules. In Extinction, there's a new twist on polymer. While you can still form organic polymer from mantises in the desert cave or penguins in the snow dome, corrupted nodules are a viable alternative. Gather these from corrupted creatures by simply defeating them and harvesting their corpse. For standard polymer, you'll want to consider farming orbital supply drops with higher level OSDs yielding more polymer rewards. Honey is another rare resource and one you may want even more now with the addition of the newest defensive structure, the Blade Wasp Hive, that needs honey as fuel. Search for giant beehives hidden in the sunken forest or sanctuary. To speed up your search, use a snow owl's thermal vision to spot these elusive hives amidst dense vegetation. For cementing paste, you have a few options. Create it manually with chitin and stone, tame an Achatina for Achatina paste and passive production, or raid beaver dams. The Forgotten Forest Lake and Sanctuary River are rich with beaver dams, perfect for a quick paste haul. Also, if you opt for the Achatina method, just know that if you set a gacha to wander, they will automatically pick up the Achatina paste for you, and they will not eat it, making it essentially an automated farm. When it comes to biotoxin, well, unfortunately biotoxin doesn't spawn naturally on Extinction, so you will not find it here on this map. Now for rare mushrooms and rare flowers, you want to farm crystal nodes for rare mushrooms or raid beaver dams for both rare mushrooms and rare flowers. Additionally, you can collect rare flowers from cattails in Sanctuary or purple flower bushes in the desert biome. These purple bushes also yield silk. Then when it comes to sap, you can gather sap from Joshua trees in the desert proto-dome using a pick, chainsaw, or creatures like a moss chops. However, for passive farming, deploy an Archaeopteryx set to wander near these trees. It will slowly generate sap in its inventory as it wanders from one tree to the next. Now to keep it safe, use a dino leash to prevent it from wandering too far, or build a secure enclosure to keep enemy creatures at bay. Next up is Obsidian, and it's scattered all across Extinction in various different biomes, but it's the easiest to gather in the wastelands, particularly in the sulfur fields or the oil fields. It's easiest here as there's less vegetation and it sticks out very easily when flying above. Now alternatively, if you are in the very late game and you don't mind dealing with the occasional corrupted wyvern or giga, then the corrupted zone in the north center part of the map, the forbidden zone, is actually going to be another pivotal and excellent place to gather this valuable material. For black pearls, you'll want to defeat corrupted creatures and harvest their corpses. The tougher the creature, the greater chance of obtaining this valuable resource. When it comes to condensed gas and sulfur, you want to mine the yellow rocks in the sulfur fields. This biome can be located in the southern western part of the map, and then you can smelt the condensed gas in a refining or industrial forge to create congealed gas balls. You can then create the new advanced type of gasoline at the makeshift megalab using those congealed gas balls and green fragmented gems, which brings us to our next resource. Extinction introduces a new version of Aberration's color-coded gems, fragmented green gems or just green gems. They're scattered all across the map and can be located in crystal nodules that have a blue hue. For crystallized sap, gather blue sap from corrupted trees in the wasteland, while red sap thrives in the Forbidden Zone's red trees. Forbidden Zone is in the northern centered part of the map, as mentioned previously. Then there's another new resource on Extinction, and that is Silicate, which is a substitute for silica pearls and is found in the Forbidden Zone. They appear as a large, giant, spiky rock and are often found in large quantities. Silica pearls themselves can be gathered from beaver dams, which are located in the sunken forest and in Sanctuary. Then when it comes to metal, metal is plentiful across all biomes in its standard form and should rarely present a challenge ever to locate. But Extinction offers a twist: scrap metal from tech structures and creatures. Scrap metal smelts into ingots at a 1-to-1 ratio versus a standard 2-to-1 ratio of raw metal, making it an efficient alternative. Alternatively, if you're okay with destroying some of your creatures, then you can opt to build breeding farms with tech creatures to always have this resource on hand. Next up is crystal, and it is quite abundant across Extinction in its standard form, with the Sanctuary providing the safest early farming option and also the best place to find it throughout the entire duration of your time on Extinction. You want to smash tech structures like street lamps, which can be found all throughout Sanctuary. However, for the most concentrated area, head to the same location for scrap metal, which is this area here with a bunch of tech tables. Then when it comes to element dust, you can gather dust from tech dinos, scouts, enforcers, and mining tech structures. For larger quantities, defend element veins and then mine them afterwards. Then when it comes to standard element, harvest element veins after completing the defense, and of course bosses also drop element upon defeating them. Additionally, with the release of Extinction, they actually buffed element drop quantity from bosses by 20% on all maps, so you'll be getting a little bit more element than you're used to. Then when it comes to chitin, head to the desert cave, which is packed with arthros and mantises. Using a megatherium can net you thousands in one quick trip, Just make sure you come prepared to deal with the rubble golems. Then when it comes to stone and flint, these basics are scattered all across the map, but in the desert biome, the rocks will actually yield sand, so plan accordingly if you're looking for stone and flint. Then when it comes to wood, Extinction introduces corrupted wood functioning like fungal wood, harvested from corrupted trees in the wasteland biome. You can also find wood in its standard form all across the map with other trees. Extinction initially presents itself as one of the most difficult maps there is out there. However, when it comes to late game, you can actually make most resources significantly easier to gather on Extinction than most other maps through the actual use of a Gachas production wheel. However, there are some materials that cannot be generated, and you will still need to go out to gather. These resources are honey, cementing paste, biotoxin of course cannot be found on Extinction, rare mushrooms, rare flowers, true element, and chitin. Which resources challenge you the most so far in Extinction? Let me know down in the comments, or if you haven't struggled at all, then feel free to leave a tip to help your fellow survivors. If you found this guide helpful, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more ARK content.